BPA and speech compete well over the weekend.
A new way for RHS students to vote on events and more on Canvas.
And an RHS record is smashed over the weekend.
All today on the Air.
This is Max, and I'm your host.
And this is your co-host, Dustin.
This weekend saw two RHS academic teams in competition. BPA and Speech, the Business Professionals of America, compete in their regional competition in Hagerstown on Saturday. And everyone competing is placed, and many of them qualified for state. We'll have more on how they did on Wednesday's show, including a complete rundown of placements and who's going to state.
The RHS speech team also competed on Saturday, and just like BPA, every student competing placed. Cole Schroyer won the discussion championship. Other top finishers include Emma Williams, Christian Shardis, Destiny Gregory, Justin Lewis, and Chitra Vendentum, who finished first in both of our events. Congratulations to the speech, and a reminder that all members need to be at a practice to pick up a copy of the newsletter for information regarding winter break and the team party. And any student still interested in joining the speech team should see Mr. Swango in room R243.
Students will have a new way to participate in student activities this year, or at least to vote on student activities, and through Canvas.
Did you know that you are now part of a new Canvas course? The course is called RHS Students, and you need to activate it on your Canvas dashboard. Here's how you activate RHS Students. Log into Canvas from the RHS Shortcuts and Links page. Click on Courses on the left side of the screen, click All Courses, and click the star next to RHS Students. Click on your dashboard and RHS Students should appear. Click it to enter. Important information and surveys will be sent to this course. Make sure you check in regularly or have your notifications set to go to your phone or email. Attention seniors, it's time to vote on the 2017 Class Quote and Class Flower. This time around, the voting process will be a little different. Each student will be able to vote on a survey that's located on Canvas. Seniors, you need to click on Seniors and RHS Students. Click on the Senior Class Flower and Class Quote to take the survey. Voting is already open and will be available until Tuesday, December 20th at midnight. Please make sure to vote before then and have your voice heard. Contact Ms. Bunner with questions or for more information. Freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, you need to click on your grade level in the RHS Students class. Next, click on 9, 10, 11 Student Handbook Survey to give your opinion on whether or not we need handbooks next year. If you're still unsure how to use Canvas, you can check in at the Media Center anytime or ask a teacher during an appropriate time.
So remember to log into Canvas and set up the RHS student course today. And seniors, once you have it set up, make sure to vote on your class quote and flower as the first step in planning this year's commencement ceremony.
Now let's check out a few announcements.
HOSA meeting and SAT signups are just a couple of things in today's announcements. The next HOSA meeting will be this Wednesday after school from 3:30 to 4:15 in Miss Hesrick's room. Students should bring their gift if they signed up for the Secret Santa gift exchange. And they should come with an idea of which state events they'll sign up for. Seniors, this year the Pioneering is doing something new. You can write a feature to be published in the yearbook. All submissions will be due after winter break, so if you're interested, start writing. For more details and information, please see Mr. Gabbard. ACT and SAT signups will be taking place in the library this Friday. Any senior or junior who wants to sign up, please see your counselor for a pass. Now that's your announcements. Now back to you guys in the studio.
We certainly ended the week on a cold, wet, and snowy note, but what will the rest of this week have in store?
Miracle, weather, and snow, and what's in store? It will be cold, and that's the real story this week, so be prepared. Today will be cloudy, and we already hit our high for the day early this morning. Temperatures will drop throughout the day, with overnight lows falling into the low 20s. It won't get much warmer on Tuesday, as highs only climb into the mid-30s, and it will get even colder as we move into the midweek. Temperatures fall overnight into the teens before a cold Wednesday in the 20s. We could see some snow flurries throughout the day on Thursday, Tuesday, but there will be a little accumulation to just a dusting. Wednesday into Thursday promises to be even colder, as we could see some temperatures in the single digits and possibly of some more snow. That's the weather. Now back to
The
Mm-hmm.
busy week in sports as records were broken and basketball almost came up with the upset. Let's get full Red Devil sports report.
It was a big weekend for RHS sports as the Red Devils were facing the reigning 3A state champions of basketball, and one RHS wrestler had a chance to break the career wins record. But we start with basketball as RHS faced Marion on Friday night. The Giants are fresh off a state championship last year and a return of one of their leading scorers in Tim Lovell, who's averaging 22 points a game. The Red Devils fought hard but fell 69-66. Christian Harvey kept his hot hand alive, pouring in 25 points for RHS, and A.J. Ferguson pulled down 11 rebounds. The Red Devils played 2 on the road this weekend, traveling to Arsenal Tech on Friday night and to Connersville on Saturday. On Saturday, RHS senior Austin Bain looked to break the Red Devil career wins mark for wrestling. Nate Trawick set the record 2 years ago with 147 wins. Bain went 5-0 at the Newcastle Duels to improve his season record to 16-0 and his career record to 148-12. With almost a half a season to go, Bain will shatter Trawick's record. Also winning at Newcastle were Jarrell Deloney, who went 4-1, and DeCarlo Rayner, who went 2-0. Also on Saturday, RHS girls bowling improved to 6-1 with a win over Northeastern. Jessica Crane led RHS with a 193 game and a 357 series, as the Red Devils beat the Knights 19-1. Up next for RHS is Centerville on Saturday. That's sports. Make sure to stick around as we have some highlights from Friday night at the end of our show.
That's our show, and as we leave you today, here's some look at highlights from Friday night's game.
Have a great day.